Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big welcome to the man who has made these awards possible for a third year, Kingsley's co-founder and CEO, Daya Thayan.
I'm lost for words, so thank you for all the kind words. I'm delighted. How does this technology work? I'm delighted to be able to host the third Kingsley Care Awards. I want to extend a warm welcome to all the staff, not least those who have travelled the furthest to be here in Lowestoft. This is a great occasion for bringing people together and making them all feel part of the Kingsley family. I must also extend my heartfelt thanks to our special guests and the friends, many of whom have traveled long distances to be here. It is wonderful that you are able to be part of our Care Awards ceremony and to share the success story of our staff. May I extend my thanks and special appreciation to Annabel Croft and David Whiteley for agreeing to jointly present our awards. Annabel, I know you were in New York last week commentating on the US Open, but I'm sure you still appreciate the warmth and hospitality Lowestoft, the IB House, and the Kingsley Care Awards have to offer. But I'm sure we could replicate to a greater extent what the Flashing Meadows have to offer. David, I have attended a number of your functions you have hosted, and it's an absolute privilege to have you here for our awards. Thank you for coming on board. And I want to say something about our Kingsley journey. We have 29 care homes, with 30th to be commissioned in spring 2018. We employ over 1,500 staff. We have grown our earnings in terms of sustained compound growth, annualized at 35% per annum over a 17-year period. 72% of our care homes are rated good with no inadequate. We are proud to be ranked among carehomes.co.uk's top 20 large care home groups in the UK. And this is a tremendous achievement, and we wouldn't have been able to grow without the great work that you, our staff, do day in, day out. You are the backbone of our operation, and it's your commitment and compassion that we celebrate here today. Our challenge is to maintain the value system that we set out on day one. Importantly, we've always said every home that we operate should be fit enough and good enough for our parents to stay in, and that remains our core value. That is the mum and dad test, and we want to pass every day. It is your commitment and values and your consistent delivery of care to our residents, treating both of them and their families with warmth, love and affection that have become the hallmark of Kingsley brand. We employ 1,500 staff, but only 250 of you are here today as a special group of people to celebrate the hard work of you and also the others at the home. You should be proud of your achievement, and you remain an inspiration to all your colleagues. And I'm proud of the fact, apart from that and alongside of our success in building a company that have never forgotten our commitment to the charitable causes and the communities in which we operate. In Sri Lanka, for example, we're helping a lot of orphans to get education, enabling them to live safely in good homes, providing support they need in terms of education, financial scholarship, mentoring, support for youngsters joining universities, provision of healthcare facilities, and microfinance support for young women setting up in small businesses. In our hometown in Lowestoft, we work with charities which support the underprivileged young children to gain control in their lives and find employment. In some cases, it's an amazing achievement because they become the first member of their family to work in generations. It is our desire to continue to devote more time, energy, and resources into our charitable efforts in the future. As for my management team, without the strong support from the head office, as we have, none of our business can be successful, and I'm blessed to have a fantastic team. Thanks to our senior operations team, headed by Nick Cherry, my chairman, Sumi, Debbie, Jamie, Chris May, Ian Smallwood, you and your ops managers, you provide the leadership and support to our homes every day of the week. And our service quality team, you play a vital role ensuring we run fully compliant homes. You are the important link between the operations and the home managers. And I would add a caution though, may not be the right place to say, but let me say it. You are right to be optimistic and think you can work the magic with everyone, including the regulators, through your sheer presence in the home, but that's not always so. This reminds me an interesting experience that I had. In my GCSE days, when I thought I should be entitled to a distinction in RE because I regularly visited temples and local church and said a few prayers and thought I should get a distinction in my RE, but I got a basic credit. So what it goes to show that we, the ops team and the service quality team, we should continue to do, not just being there, but work with our team and try and help our people. It'll be difficult for us to get the 100% good in CQC ratings, but that's what we should strive for. As for the marketing, PR, and the IT, headed by Dash, Stephen Pullinger, you have been absolutely brilliant. We run a 95% occupancy, and I'm sure Ian Jarvis and I will be happy to see a couple of points more. 96%, 97 could do well. It'll put a smile on our bankers and to the covenant calculations. We continue to invest in cutting-edge technologies and processes that enable our staff to spend more time on the most important thing, that is to enable them to deliver care to our residents and not to concentrate too much on paperwork. And I must thank Ian Jarvis and his team, and also Zubair on the procurement side for your excellent support and the discipline that you bring on board. And I must not forget to mention the contribution and the hard work done by John Toomey, Michael Parker and team. You really are a wonderful bunch of people, although you make regular, excessive and unrealistic capital expenditure requests. that often upset my finance team, but we do love you. I want to thank Sarah, as the head of HR, including Bev, the recruitment manager, and your sterling efforts. We really could do with getting some more young people on board. You've got 120 empty slots, vacant positions. We need to try hard to recruit them. As Sarah announced earlier today, we are excited to be able to reward you through the Perk Box, the biggest employee engagement program available in the UK. And we are also signing up to the Care Workers charity that will offer support to staff in times of unforeseen hardship. This is a connection that was made possible through Vernon, from healthcare investor to Alex. And I hope Alex is here. Alex, lovely to see you. This year, I have to mention the fact that our fantastic head of his team is getting younger. The youthful energy brought by people like Mooj has got to be a good thing. In fact, the average age of our head of his team has dropped by 4 years with Mooj's arrival. You are not a toddler, by the way. And to carry on well, we will have to start employing some teenagers. I think it's a useful proposition. We at Kingsley are excited about launching our Vision 2025. We want to be the best in class at what we do, We don't want to grow faster than we can sensibly manage, and our challenge is always to be true to our values. We want Kingsley to be the #1 choice for our younger people seeking to join our industry in the areas we operate. And we really want to showcase the opportunities and the career potential of our industry offers. Our commitment to young people will be shown by the launch of our Kingsley Healthcare Academy in November. I want to say about a few words for some of the very special guests and friends who have joined us here today. You've heard the introduction by Gary Toy. Gary, I welcome you. Sumi and I and the family welcome you as the Managing Director of the Thayan's Family Board based in Jersey, Channel Islands. We want to work with you to grow our asset portfolio, but more importantly, Sumi and I are importantly wanting to concentrate on our philanthropy efforts. And I'm sure we could do more, and we should devote and spend more in our efforts. I want to thank also our bankers. Let me take the 3 banks that I work with. Barclays were the first bank to support us, and we continue to work with them. Jonathan and team have been absolutely marvelous, and Jonathan is here today. Jonathan, thank you for coming, and we appreciate all you do. Santander, and I have the pleasure of Dassos, whom I met in 2008, and I beg your pardon, in 2006. And Sir Dassos remained a friend and family, and subsequently there was Mark Rothero, Mark is here. Mark was the first banker to lend us to a large home that we acquired in 2003, and Mark Pavis is here. We really appreciate what you do for us, and we have an excellent relationship. I did tell Mike Elwood when I met up with them, you're winning a lot of prizes, but I don't know who you're lending to. And
you don't.
And Martin, thank you very much for being here today. Martin is the head of healthcare for Coots. I'm sorry that Ian couldn't be here because he's on holiday. We have an excellent relationship with all 3 banks, and of course with you too. We have been bankers since 2003. And Martin, you continue to support us, and we're very grateful, and it's a pleasure, a privilege to have you here. I was going to say, I was going to mention about my MP, Peter Older, so I'll wait in case if we caught the later train, so I'll reserve those comments for him to be here. I also want to thank the Shawbrook Bank. There's Linda and Sophie is here. We work with you on the asset finance. You have a fantastic CEO, Steve Bateman, who was at Santander. He's a mentor and a very dear friend, and you have been very supportive of us, and thank you so much. And it was nice to see you, and thank you for coming over last night. I want to say a few words about our JV. We were privileged to partner with Mike, Shea and team at Octopus. There is Mike Adams, the CEO of Octopus Healthcare here. There is Shea Ramalingam. There is Jose, Maya, and David Whiteley, and of course Raf. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we could have chosen to work with a lot of other opportunities, but glad we chose, and we love you, we like you. You have been an absolute breath of fresh air for us. It's not about keep building more care homes, it's about having the partner that we enjoy working with, and thank you for being here today. We've opened our first care home in our JV in 4 or 5 weeks ago, although the home was commissioned in March earlier this year. I want to thank Phil, I'm not sure it's Phil Hall, Phil Hall, the chairman of Jones Lang LaSalle Healthcare, Max Broadbent, director at Colliers. We have worked together from day one, and we really appreciate what you do for us, and thank you very much. And Robert Melamfi is here, Director at Christie. Robert, I think you should find us more opportunities. You should remember us. And I have got some spare cards if you want to do. And Robert has helped us acquire lots of homes. I want to thank Gordon and the Francis Clark team. Gordon has been a family and friend for me, Sumi, and the kids over 10 years now. And thank you very much. And similarly for Greg, Bhargav and team at Burkett, you are family. You have worked with me and the team over 10 years now, and we really appreciate what you do. I want to pay a special thank to Vernon and Sarah. As I said to you, you have helped to raise our profile. It's not about what the Kingsley does or Daya does or anything, but it's what you say about us, and it helped us recruit some very good people, raise our profile, and thank you very much, Vernon, and for Sarah. I want to thank my dearest friend, Jerry. Jerry and I have known each other for a very long time. I think if there's a family quarrel, and I know who Sumi contact, there are a few people here, and Jerry is one of them. And I hope that you're always on my side, Jerry. I'm sorry, I think you should be on Sumi's side. And thank you for being here, and thank you for being supportive, and we really are grateful. I was going to say a few words about Peter. Peter is, I guess that he's on the way. Peter Olders is our MP. We re-elected him as our MP here in Lowestoft with a greater majority. I'm a huge supporter of him. I'm not sure about the Conservative Party, but there we are. But with all the current turmoil in Westminster and Brexit war and all that said, I thought he would be much safer here at Ivy with us than in Parliament. But I don't know where Peter is. I'm sure he's on his way. And I want to finish by thanking all of you for your hard work. And I must make particular mention of the head office team, whom I work on a day-to-day basis. It's a real pleasure to work with Sumi, Debbie, Dash, Sarah, Mooch, Stephen, Michelle. I haven't seen Michelle and Dougie this morning. Michelle, Dougie, John Turby, Ian Jarvis, Zubair, and the finance team. You all have been a huge inspiration to me. And I really have the best job I could have, and I'm sure with all your help, the best is ahead of us. Finally, I would like to say a huge thanks to Sumi, Cameron, and Ewan. I couldn't do this job without the proper support of the family, and you have been absolutely marvelous. And I could do a little bit more if my kids start to clean the rooms, and I didn't have to pick them up from the stations, and that would have given me more time. So hopefully you remember and tell your brother. And Raf, and thank you for joining us today. It's lovely to see you here. And of course, I want to thank you all. And my special thanks to Dash for taking the full responsibility for hosting this event. And I don't want to lose you to an events company. And there are a lot more work to do. So thank you to you, Debbie, Sumi, Zubair, Michelle, Ian, John Toby, James, Stephen, Teresa, Chatra, and Gordon. And for all of my staff and team, you're the best. And have a great afternoon. I really look forward to the afternoon ceremony. And God bless. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you.